Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're examining our picks for the 10 television recasts that pissed off everyone.
Password still Alfred?
Hey!
You might want to change that.
Wait!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at instances where TV shows involving British actors or hosts were involved in a scandalous recast that angered the public for one reason or another. What was your favourite TV recast of all time? Let us know below. Myrcella Baratheon, Game of Thrones.
Mother says I'll have a new gown for the ceremony and another for the feast. But yours will be ivory, since you're the bride.
Game of Thrones is a hotbed for switching out actors for characters, and in 2014, it was the turn of Myrcella Baratheon. After making a couple of appearances in the first season, Northern Ireland's Amy Richards as Baratheon was sent away to marry into House Martell. At the San Diego Comic-Con, HBO announced the return of the character, but with England's Nell Tiger-Free taking on the part, and no reason for the change.
This Lannister girl skips about the water gardens, eating our food, breathing our air.
Apparently, this was how Richards found out she was dropped as well. Afterwards, Richards uploaded a hilarious video of herself in a crown whilst holding a Princess for Hire sign. This drew a lot of positive responses and made people miss her as Baratheon.
I know. About you and Mother. I think a part of me always knew. And I'm glad. I'm glad that you were my father.
Holly Cunningham, Hollyoaks.
Cleo, you're pregnant.
In 2008, Lydia Waters entered Hollyoaks as the moody 11-year-old Holly Cunningham, the third actor to take on the role. But in 2010, Cunningham was written out of the show when she headed to boarding school abroad. 2 years later, the actor was set to return with a new actor, Wallace Day. More on her later. However, Cunningham was meant to be 14, while Day was 18 and looked far older. This sparked a confused and annoyed audience to question the casting decision. Stephanie Waring, who plays Holly's mum, Cindy Cunningham, took to Twitter to defend the Day bashing. By 2013, Day left Hollyoaks. This resulted in Amanda Clapham taking on the Cunningham role for 6 years before her exit in 2019.
Your whole life, you have put yourself first.
Otto Flick, LOLO.
At midnight, you will be expected to dance the traditional Gestapo dance.
It's pretty hard to make a sitcom that's set in occupied France during World War II, but LOLO nailed it and became an iconic series. And this was achieved with quirky characters like Gestapo agent Herr Otto Flick, played by Richard Gibson. With his deadpan mannerisms, Gibson turned Flick into probably the only liked person with that kind of horrific profession. But in Series 9, the last one, Flick suddenly underwent plastic surgery and now had David Janssen playing the part.
Then we will insert the booby and send the whole thing to England so they can sell it to raise money for the war effort.
Rather than put his unique take on the role, Janssen seemed to be impersonating Gibson, much to the audience's chagrin. In an interview, Gibson claimed he left to pursue other projects without realizing it would be the final series. Mason Verger, Hannibal. The TV show Hannibal developed a rabid cult following during its heyday. Even today, fans are desperate for it to return to the small screen.
You say that as though the two are mutually exclusive.
When Season 2 came out, it introduced the iconic baddie Mason Verger with USA's Michael Pitt in the role. Best known for his time in Boardwalk Empire, Pitt nailed Verger's descent into madness at the hands of Hannibal Lecter.
We could have had some good, funny times together. It's a damn shame.
But before the third season, it was announced Pitt was out and England's Joe Anderson was in.
Where's the fun in that?
While the change was timed well, considering the heavy prosthetics needed for Verger at this point, some fans were disappointed, as they enjoyed Pitt's take on the anti-Hannibal character. Kate Kane, Batwoman.
Kate.
Hey, Dad.
After making her name in Orange is the New Black, Australia's Ruby Rose donned the mantle of Kate Kane in Batwoman, and it didn't go well. From fan backlash against her casting, Rose suffered a back injury when doing a stunt on the show. After the first season, she left the series.
How did you find me?
Instead of recasting, Kane was written off in a plane crash, and a new character, Ryan Wilder, became Batwoman, which divided fans. Then, they brought a surgically altered Kane back. England's Wallace Day from Hollyoaks was in the role.
Are you Kate Kane? Can I get back to you on that?
The Kane situation was a mess, made worse with public accusations from Rose against the show and the producers firing back with their own towards the former Batwoman. Host, University Challenge.
Hello, the first round of this year's competition ends tonight.
Since 1994, Jeremy Paxman has been the leading presenter for University Challenge. But in 2023, he'll exit the long-running quiz show and be replaced by Amol Rajan. And that hasn't gone down well. For starters, when the BBC was searching for a replacement host, their methods were questionable. According to reports, Emma Barnett and Samira Ahmed were promised auditions to take on the role. Instead, the BBC backtracked and handed the job to its media editor, Rajan. This left many angry that they went with another man in the role. While Rajan has seen his own controversies to annoy fans of the programme, such as using the term pro-life when talking about anti-abortion campaigners and publicly applauding J.K. Rowling's gender-critical essay in 2020. Dario Naharis, Game of Thrones.
Allow me to present the captains of the Second Sons. Miro Bravos, Rendal Negesen, and
Dario Naharis.
When Dario Naharis debuted in Season 3 of Game of Thrones, fans were enamoured with Ed Skrine's work. Some were pretty vocal in having the hots for the character. However, England's Skrine suddenly departed the show before Series 4. Initially, it seemed like it was due to him having secured a role in 2015's The Transporter Refueled.
The city is yours, my queen.
However, Skrine confirmed in an interview that that wasn't the case. He'd planned to be in the show for the long haul. Instead, the Deadpool actor left due to politics behind the scenes. The Game of Thrones producers then cast the Netherlands' Mikhail Heisman until the character was written out in Series 6, which left those fans carrying a torch for Skrine in disarray.
I love you, and I make you happy. You know I do. Bring me with you. Let me fight for you.
Ben Mitchell.
How about you swear on your dad's life that you'll never speak to Abby again?
At the time of writing, a whopping 6 actors have played Ben Mitchell in EastEnders, and the constant changes have turned into a joke and left fans perplexed. Each time Mitchell returns from a long absence, he undergoes drastic appearance and behavioural changes. One of the most startling was going from Charlie Jones to Joshua Pascoe in 2010.
You told her, didn't you? I didn't know what else to do. Did you have any idea what he's going to do to me?
Jones's Mitchell was a dancing, sweet kid, but Pascoe's version was an angry thug that caused Heather Trott's demise. In 2014, Mitchell returned from prison, with Harry Reid in the role. By 2019, with the soap's bosses wanting to take the character in a new direction, Mitchell's trademark glasses were gone when Max Borden morphed into the role.
Ben. Hello, Dad.
Hosts, Top Gear. In 2015, Jeremy Clarkson punched a crew member over catering.
You're on the way to Bangladesh.
After causing one too many problems for Top Gear, he was sacked, resulting in co-hosts James May and Richard Hammond departing in solidarity. This left the producers with a hosting problem. So for the main presenters, they decided to go with the beloved American actor Matt LeBlanc and Chris Evans, the English radio star, not Captain America.
Welcome to Top Gear.
Immediately after the new series aired, the Clarkson loyalists and Top Gear fans were outraged. With the lack of host chemistry, the audience was showing their dislike for the upheaval as the ratings began to tumble drastically. So much so that after one series, Evans announced his resignation from the show.
Good luck with that.
Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher.
Want to hear about my first monster?
Wasn't 50 miles outside of Cameroon.
Henry Cavill is a national treasure. If he isn't playing Superman or being in the Tudors, he can be found building gaming PCs online and loving Warhammer. When he was cast as Geralt in Netflix's The Witcher series, fans were delighted. But after 2 series, Cavill announced he was stepping down from the part after Series 3. Speculation soon came out that Cavill disagreed with the direction of the show. In his place, Australia's Liam Hemsworth will put on the legendary white wig. This sudden turn of events angered the community, especially as Cavill actively campaigned to be cast as Geralt and loved the franchise. Many fans have already dismissed Hemsworth's interpretation and the show before he even appears on screen.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.